weddings. It is officially wedding season. It's in full swing. And if you are Christian, the chances of you having some invitations this year is very high. And going to a wedding as a single person can feel sometimes really hard because you are conflicted. You are conflicted between feeling like I should be able to rejoice with those who rejoice, and I want to be so happy to celebrate this union that God has brought together, and I want to be joyful and I want to enjoy this present moment, while also battling, God, why isn't this me yet? How many times am I going to be a wedding guest and not the bride or the groom? This is expensive. Maybe you're thinking that. I have to have another outfit. It doesn't make me feel great. Or maybe it's just not that convenient. It's difficult to take time off work. A lot of these weddings are destination weddings now, and it can really build up and add up. And sometimes it can be difficult, especially when you're single and you're going to weddings where maybe you don't know anyone else. You don't have a plus one, you don't have a date, you know, no ring, no bring. Completely respect that, understand that. And maybe you feel like the only single person at the wedding. This can be really, really hard, and I have been there, and I have to say that the last wedding I went to where I just felt so full of joy was with a woman who is a year older than me, so I think there was this element of, oh, well, maybe this is my future as well. And also I'd seen her trajectory, I'd seen her single years, I knew when she met this man, and I just was fully invested in the love story because I just was like, this is so romantic, it's so God-authored, it's great. And they made the wedding so inclusive. It was like a barnyard wedding. There was no formal sit down. You could sit anywhere. And everyone was so friendly and it was really lovely. There was something about it because it was so informal. I really never felt like the single one. Like I was able to go, just be myself, socialize. If I needed an introvert moment, that was also easy enough to do. And there was just nothing contrived about it. And I was able to really enjoy it and to look at my friend and be like, I'm just so happy for what God has done in your life. And there was that real joy. Then on the other hand, I've also been to weddings with people who are like 10 years younger than me. And that can sometimes, you know, stir up this jealousy where it's a bit like, okay, that would have been really nice if that had happened for me. And I often have to ask God, just help me to decrease and you increase. Because when I'm just thinking about myself, it's like, oh God, why didn't you let me meet my spouse when I was 20? Or, oh God, why am I not from this huge Catholic family who would have like helped to facilitate this for me? Oh God, oh God. And you know what I'm doing is I'm telling God, your plan, I don't trust it. I don't trust you. I don't trust your timeline. I don't trust that you have a good plan for me, a good intention for me to prosper and to have a great life. And when you're coming from that point of view, it is hard to not be bitter. And ultimately, we want to be better and not bitter. So like, I think whatever circumstance you're at in this wedding that you find yourself in, just be grateful and joyful that you were invited. Like that is amazing. This couple see you as important enough to invite you to the wedding, to want you to be part of it. And especially because we know that community is such a huge part of family life, you know, whether you're going to see this couple at church and you'll hopefully see them grow their family, you'll see when they fall pregnant and have their first child and all these milestones that you can actually be part of and you can rejoice with them and you can, you know, turn that to God and be like, wow, God, you are doing an amazing thing. Of course, when you turn it towards yourself and you're like, God, why are you doing this amazing thing in their life and not in mine? That's when it's really hard because at that point you just feel like, okay, it's another wedding that I'm going to, that's not mine. And that is difficult. I am really not downplaying that. I have fully been at some weddings where I have just felt low-key depressed. Like I've just been like, this is really good and I want to be really happy for them, but inside I'm crying. I'm like, oh gosh, when is this going to happen? When am I, especially when you're fully single, when you don't have a prospect, when you do not have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and you are questioning if you're going to be alone forever. And then you're in this scenario where you're seeing this happy ending, and sometimes it can give you hope and sometimes it can fill you with dread. So you've got to always try to orient yourself. Like really the secret to contentment is gratitude. And if you can orient yourself to that gratefulness, to that joy, it can allow you to just really, you know, enjoy the present moment and enjoy the wedding. And, you know, one of my friends has this saying, which I love, which is be found glad. So like be found at that wedding glad. Even if you are the only single person there, who cares? You can still be really joyful. You can still be the one who's like dancing with the little kids on the dance floor or helping with the last minute floral arrangements or whatever it is that you're able to serve. You know, there is something beautiful and so free about being single. Of course, it's not the desire of many of us, and maybe only for a short season, but there is something about when you are single, you are free to serve. And at a wedding, there's so much to do that you can really get stuck in and really like be a gift and a blessing to the couple, to the couple's families, to whoever it is there. You know, maybe there's a young couple who've recently had a baby and they've not danced together in ages, and you can be like, hey, I will look after your baby while you go dance on the dance floor. And that's lovely. And I know that's hard. I know it's hard. Of course we'd want to be on the dance floor. I love being spun. I want to waltz. Like, let there be someone. And you know, I've been at a wedding where the only people I've danced with have been like the 70-year-old men, but it's actually been so lovely and such a gift and just nice, you know. Also, romanticize it for yourself. Ladies, wear a stunning dress. Get some beautiful photos of yourself. Take some videos. I know that this is very anti what everyone's saying about putting down your phone and stuff, but I genuinely just love making a nice reel, something really beautiful. I like playing filmmaker. I like choosing the music. Like, that for me is a source of relaxation. And I'm actually quite excited when I'm somewhere new to be able to capture it, because I sadly will rewatch my reels because it just helps me to remember that was such a lovely time. That was such a nice place to be. So I just want to encourage you guys to approach wedding season and just going to weddings with joy, and to try to really romanticize it for you. If it's a destination wedding, can you do something that really excites you? You know, can you plan a little side trip for somewhere that you really want to go, or a pilgrimage? You know, make something for yourself. Like, have a moment that's fully for yourself. Like, if you're really into coffee, find a coffee shop that you really are like, I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna have a 2-hour cappuccino with a pastry and I'm just gonna enjoy my life. Or, you know, I'm gonna go visit this church, or I'm gonna go see my relative here. Like, do something for yourself that helps you to feel like this is also a gift for you, because it is a gift for you. But if we see it as, oh, another wedding, it is going to feel like the weight of another wedding. While if you see it as like another opportunity to meet new people, to experience the joy and to have a foretaste of heaven, you know, foretaste of that wedding banquet, it can be really transformative to see it that way. And you know, put out there that you're ready for it, God. Like, I'm open. Maybe you're going to meet your person at that wedding. Maybe you're not, but maybe you're going to meet more of yourself. So as always, I really hope for you that you can enjoy this season of singleness, however long it is, however short it is. I'll be praying for you. Please pray for me, and God bless you. And just know that your value doesn't lie in your relationship status. Like, we can really use this time to learn to love life, to love the life that God gave us, and to be joys and to romanticize every day. You do not need another person to romanticize your life, although of course we would love that. And we put out that desire to God and we open up our hands ready to receive. We don't have it like this. We're not so desperate or grasping for anything. We're like, God, we're open and we're here to serve you. And you know, you've placed this desire on my heart, so I really hope one day it will be our weddings that, you know, we're able to talk about and invite people to. And yeah, so just remember that, and remember your worth, and remember how loved you are, and I will see you next time. Okay, God bless. Bye.